That's me audio syncing, I'm sorry. Today we're going to build a passport to Commended. What we're going to do is take our composition notebook and glue, some scissors, and 2 sheets of scrapbooking paper. I have a few sheets in my classroom. I picked cool camouflage and sort of a swirly artsy-fartsy design, you know. And basically I'm going to cut these out and cover up this boring standard composition notebook. So I'm going to personalize it to what I like. So to do this, I line up the paper so it's perfectly in line with the edge of it. And then I'm going to take my thumb and make sure you do not move the paper, so keep pressure on the top of it while you're going around making a crease on the edge. And go ahead and just sort of pinch the edge here. And same thing up here. We're going to make another crease. Alright. So that's sort of our template to cut. This is already a straight edge, so that saves us one side from having to cut. And I am just going to cut along these lines. Now, these aren't rounded edges, so it's just going to be simply square. Alright, so we'll take our scrapbook, our scrap pieces. Later we can use those for other projects, but for right now we're just going to do this. Looks good. I don't see a whole lot of trimming that needs to be done. Doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, and uh-oh. Nope. I'm just being a wimp. Okay. Oh, it's clear. That's why I can't see it. Okay. Alright, get this edge right here, because that's going to have a lot of wear and tear on it. Alright. I'll lay this here. And just, start on one side and sort of push the glue out. So there's a nice even coat. Maybe come around some of the corners. Yes, this is non-toxic glue, but just don't eat it. But I don't think it's going to harm you if you get a little on your fingers. And don't play with it. Alright. Got a little glue on my fingers, that's okay. I'm just going to put it on the back. And I'm going to come back over here. No. I'm going to tuck the back page underneath there. So, alright, same business. Line up one of the edges. I've got some glue on there so it's not going to wiggle as much. And make your creases. Alright, peel that off. Alright, lines up. And I've got a little extra paper over here on the edge. So before I glue any of that, how do I want to do this? Do I want to wrap? Yeah, I think I'm going to do it that way. Alright, so I'm going to take some glue and just go right along that seam. I'm going to bring it up to the edge of the book. Yeah, I'm getting a little glue on my fingers. Hold it. Alright, so what we've done is we've made sort of a nice little edge right here. And take this other sheet, and I had a little extra on the side there, and I'm going to show you why that's a good thing. And like last time, I didn't have enough glue around the edges, so I'm going to start around the edges first to get all that covered, and then now I'm just going to go freely on here. Doesn't take a lot of glue. I know you really can't see it because it's clear, but just trust me. Alright. Wiggle around a little bit. Now this is the neat part. We sealed that edge earlier. Make sure it tucks underneath. And then I am going to come back and I am going to just sort of fold this over. So you kind of get a little bit of the back color design on the front. It looks sort of like a seal. And we're going to sit there and let it wait. We're going to wait a little bit. I'm going to put some of this excess glue so it kind of creates that seal. While we're waiting, let's see. Doesn't say how long it takes to dry. So. Alright, now you have the choice. You can go to Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or your local craft store. And the problem is we can't just get a permanent marker and draw on this because you won't really see it all that well. I don't have a bunch of whiteout to bring this out. So what we're going to do is make sort of like a little title board. And I'm going to go to my passport to Commended. And I am going to place it sort of on the edge, and I'm going to kind of look for a key area there. Now to fold a straight line on a square piece of paper or a rectangle piece of paper, we just make these two edges parallel and give that nice big crease. And I don't want a really big page, so maybe I'm just about this much right here. And I'm going to do one for the back as well, so I'm going to have it twice as long. So I'm then going to come up here again, fold the lines parallel to each other, make my crease, and this allows us to cut a straight line. And I'm going to fold this in half. Now, I don't like the edge right there, so I'm going to do one more cut. Sort of just trim things up a little bit, make it nice and smooth. Alright, so now I got my new area to cut. If somebody else is doing this same idea right here, then please don't copy me exactly. Be original. Make this your own way. But if you don't have any real good ideas that you're not sure about, go ahead and use this as a guideline. And as the year progresses, we can change this. But if somebody else has done the same thing, you can trade colors with them, so you have two different colors. But I'm good with orange. I will be right back because my wife can write prettier than I can. Okay. Alright, so here's my nameplates, if you will, what I'm going to call both sides of my passport. And it's important that we think of being commended, and I don't like that. I don't want to do any teaching here, I just need to do the activity. Alright, so on one side we're going to do my passport to commended writing. The other side is going to be my passport to commended reading. So over here, alright, we've got the spine, and I want that spine to be on my left so I can have access to the pages like this. Now I know some of you have to have the red line on the left side, but that's just kind of how this project works, so sorry. So, quite simple. I'm just going to simply put this on here. By the way, this is my wife's handwriting. My handwriting is not legible. Alright, now I'm going to do the other side, but watch. Spine, title, I can open and work from left to right. So on the flip side, the spine is over here, I can open up and I'm going to work from left to right. So, let me get this covered up. And here we go. This is the beginning of our passport journals. Now, you remember when I told you to keep those little scraps earlier? What if we were to do some form of border around the edges here? I don't think we have enough. So we do it like this. And there you go. There we have it. Mr. Bell's really cool writing journal.